Was that a fly?
No, that was to say fly.
Oh. I'm Yewande. I'm a cooking writer for the New York Times, and I'm making moqueca, which is a Brazilian seafood stew. Moqueca is a combination of a bunch of different ingredients. It's typically made with seafood, but other versions are found throughout Brazil. And so the Bahian version is notable to me because of the presence of red palm oil. To start with, I'm gonna marinate the prawns and the fish. I'm going with halibut today, but I think any firm white fish that will hold up in a stew works great. And I'm gonna cut them up into about 1-inch sized pieces. You don't want it too small because you're putting it in a stew and you don't want it to like fall apart too much in the stew. I'm going with large prawns today. I have the head and the shell on because I think it adds to the flavor of the stew. So I prefer using a pair of kitchen shears, but you can also do this part with your knife. If you run the knife along the middle section of your shrimp, it's a little scary because you're holding the knife at the same angle as your fingers, so you have to do this part really carefully if you're going with a knife. And what I'm doing is just pulling out the middle vein in the prawns, and that's it. So when you open it up, it's nice and clean. Okay, so the next step is lime juice over the seafood. And that just helps to marinate it a little bit. It gets the salt in there. Actually also cooks it a little bit, like smush down on my lime to get all the cells in the fruit broken up so that it's nice and juicy when I cut into it and like I try to squeeze it. So I'm gonna do that and then set that aside and start my moqueca. So I grew up in Lagos. It's a coastal city, a lot of different versions of seafood stews, but this is a dish that I remember my grandmother making. So the story of Brazilian cuisine in Lagos is one of enslaved people returning to the shores of Lagos and developing a community there. And so Brazilian food is common in some aspects of our celebration because people brought back cultures and different cuisines that they experienced and brought it back to the shores of Lagos. Red palm oil has a really low smoke point, so you don't want to cook it on high or else your kitchen's going to be full of smoke. So start it on medium. If it starts to smoke, just turn it down. It smells really floral, and also it's like bright orange. I love the color. I've made vinaigrettes with it. It almost like fills your mouth like smoke would. I love how it coats anything that you cook it in. And so it coats the bowl, it coats the garlic, it coats the pan. This is a chunky stew, so you're not really like reducing things in there. You're just cooking so like it softens it enough to flavor the base. One of the ladies that I talked to when I was writing the moqueca piece described red palm oil as like an offering to the gods, and I thought that was so beautiful. And so like everybody sort of had their own story. And with the chili, I'm gonna poke little holes in it because you don't really want too much spice to overtake the dish. So once the tomatoes, the peppers, and the chili are in, I cook it for about 4 minutes, really just to soften the vegetables. And so I don't want the vegetables to cook so long that they fall apart. I like panic when I run out of coconut milk. Whether I need it or not, I like pick up a can of coconut milk. So that's gonna simmer, reduce, the liquid's gonna reduce a bit. And you want it to reduce enough so that when you add your seafood in, the liquid from the seafood doesn't water down the stew even more. And so I'm gonna cook this for about 10 minutes to like get it nice and thick and creamy. You can tell when it's done. It's a little creamy, it's like thicker, the bubbles are slower. I'm adding my chopped cilantro in. So I add the prawns in first because they're gonna take a bit longer to cook. About 2 minutes on each side. It's a really important step to reduce your sauce first because once you add in the seafood releases its own juices and sort of thins out the sauce. All of that flavor you've spent time building will sort of dissolve. So now it's a great time to add your fish pieces. So once the fish is in, you really just need to cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes till the fish is nice and firm. I like to grab a little bit of the sauce and put it over the fish pieces. Just trying to get that sauce a little bit like infused in the fish. I'm gauging the doneness by the fish. If it like falls apart with a fork, then it's done. Red palm oil tastes different when it's cooked versus when it's not. Putting it in as the last step just adds a little bit of that like fresh taste. It's also just really pretty to look at. So traditionally it's served with farofa, which is a toasted manioc flour. It's also served with acasa, which is a rice, it's like a ground rice dish that's sort of like a pudding. But you can also serve it with steamed white rice. And I'm going to taste it. It's so rich. It's like the combination of coconut and red palm oil. Also the lime juice just gives it like a nice bright finish. The cilantro adds a freshness. It's a combination of a bunch of different flavors and stories. It's great. What can I say?